brother. It's been one of those weeks though where you want to watch something cool. Like obviously my missus and I, we started watching this show called Lioness.
Yes,
I think I talked a little bit about
Zoe Saldana, right?
Zoe Saldana, yeah, finished it, and then I was like, let's watch something like. She was like, put something fun on, like put some comedy. I just don't know what to put on anymore. I don't feel like there's anything comedy out there anymore. Do you know, like the movies where you used to have the Adam Sandlers, the Jim Carreys, the Eddie Murphys, the Beverly Hills Copses, and so on and so forth. And I used to be like, there is literally nothing on. Or even you want to watch a stand-up comedy, if you come over this side of the pond in UK, you know, you want to watch some bit of Lee Evans, you want to watch a bit of there's so many British comics out there who have done amazing stand-ups and really, really funny stand-ups, the Peter Kays and so on. And there's many, many more out there. And I just think, like, I don't know who to watch now, darling. Like, I literally don't know. I don't call it darling. That was very formal. But I'm like, I don't really know who to watch now, babe. Like, I literally don't know what to put on. Yeah.
Getting blushed out of you, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Gentlemen, call your missus darling.
No, yeah, don't do it. But no, you're right, though. But the thing is with those movies, like, obviously now, every now and again, I'll go back and watch those movies just because. And if I, like, for example, you start on Adam Sandler, like, you know, you start on Happy Gilmore and you think, do you know what? I want to watch Mr. Deeds. I want to watch Waterboy. I want to watch it all. Little Nicky. And then you go down this rabbit hole. But then, you know, you have to be in a certain mood to watch those movies. Even though, you know, for example, if someone flicks it on, or your wife goes, oh, Adam Sandler, I've heard about this movie, like an old one, for example, let's say Happy Gilmore. Like, you're going to sit there and watch it. You're going to be like, oh, I'm excited now because someone else is excited. Do you know what I mean? Someone else hasn't watched it. Whereas for us, like even with Rush Hour, as much as we love those movies, you know, we would never just be like, oh, I just shot it on. It's like you have to be in a certain mood to be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to sit down and watch the Rush Hour trilogies because it's never going to be the one. You're always going to watch number 2 and 3. It's just the way it is. Yeah.
100%.
Just the way it is. Yeah. It's and the thing is, they are very enjoyable. But then because you've seen it that many times, you think, did I just waste like 4 hours of my life?
When you start knowing it word for word.
I could quote this movie. Why am I watching this? You know, I just pretend I'm 2 characters in the mirror.
Exactly. That's the thing.
But interestingly, you said that though, Rick, because I'm going through that same phase now where it's like I've got Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime, and you know, you flick between them. I go to Netflix. I'm like, all right, I'm excited. When I go to Netflix, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, what am I going to watch? No, I don't really fancy watching. Because for me, it's usually like true crime. I like watching that on Netflix. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. Documentaries and stuff.
Yeah.
Again, you have to be in the mood. You can't just sit down with a bowl of ice cream and just watch true crime. It's like, shit, no, I want to watch something funny now. You know, whatever. So again, go through Netflix, you can't find anything. And then I go to Amazon Prime, I'm like, oh, what the fuck do I got? Disney Plus, same thing. And then, you know what I end up on? I end up on watching Frasier, like the old Frasier, for example.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime, and I put that one in the background because, and then in the meantime, I'll do something else. Either just jump on the PlayStation or, you know, whatever I'm doing, like editing or whatever. And because I can't really watch anything. And he's covering his face with a pillow, by the way. I'm
covering my face with a pillow so you don't hear the coughing because I tried to pause it on Audacity and I just couldn't pause it. So I was like, you know what, rather than stop the video and start it again, I thought I'll just cough away somewhere that you can't hear.
Just cough it, bro. Cough it. Don't even worry about it, man.
I didn't want to interrupt you, bro. Like what you were saying was true stuff because I think you're not the only one. I think there's a lot of people who then just revert back to.
I genuinely thought it was only me.
For me, it's Friends. Yeah. I revert back to Friends. I've watched Friends from start to finish so many times. And also Only Fools and Horses. I watched a lot of Only Fools and Horses as well. And again, it's that show that let me watch something. Okay, let's try something. And you go through all these different genres, either action, comedy, or what have you. And then you want to kind of swap between the suppliers or between the providers. Sorry, not suppliers, Netflix, like you said, Prime, Disney Plus, what have you. And then you're like, there's actually nothing on that I fancy, so I'll just put a bit of Friends on before we go to bed or something. And you think to yourself,
insane, by the way.
This choice, right? Think back when we had nothing apart from those 5 channels and Freeview came out. We're like, what? Freeview came out, and Blockbusters, of course. But like even going to Blockbusters, you kind of went with an intent of, I want to watch the next Jason Statham movie or the next whatever film. You had something in mind. Whereas now, because everything's at your fingertips, providing you pay your bill, then all of a sudden.
Whoops.
Well, that is true.
It happens to the best of us.
and then you know, you make sure that you're like, okay, no, and you start becoming picky for no reason.
Yeah. I agree.
Picky, or you simply because there isn't enough good stuff out there. Like sometimes what's like I assume for girls it might be that those silly little rom-coms. There's not many silly little rom-coms sometimes. There's for us guys, it's like a really good action movie. There's a very good action-packed movie, apart from sometimes when you watch Raid or something, like the Korean.
Yeah, that was good.
Vietnamese one.
Indonesian.
Indonesian one. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. So, and then you think like, look at this. Ooh, you have those moments like, wow, how did they shoot that? Like, wow, that's incredible. But for me, bro, I'll be honest with you, I've really been struggling to find something to kind of like sit down and get into it, like to really sit down and kind of get into it. Even I've allowed myself to 4 episodes into anything I'm watching, and then I'm like, I'm struggling. So if anyone's out there who may have some wonderful recommendations, like Larry said last week, get in touch on X,
Threads, Facebook, all of it.
Facebooks, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, I think Rick, it's not that there's no choice out there, but I feel in my case anyway, it's like I'm watching, or I want to watch something, and in my head I'm like, okay, I want to watch something like The Walking Dead, for example, right? Not necessarily zombie genre, but like that survivalist, post-apocalyptic world, that sort of thing. But the problem then becomes that I go down a rabbit hole of researching shows. And I'm like, okay, let me just see some reviews. And then if they're like, oh, no, the CGI was crap or this was not good or whatever it is, then I'm like, right, okay, well, I'm not going to watch it. And then I go down a further rabbit hole where it's like, okay, let me see this other one. So by the time I think of deciding, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to put Frasier or Friends or Seinfeld or something on in the background that I've already seen a million times that requires no brain power to process. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, again, with Friends, you watch Friends not to be like, ooh, that's intriguing. No, you've watched it. You've seen that.
Exactly.
Again, if you can quote a movie or a series, you watch that because you don't want to use brain power on watching something.
You want what's referred to as an easy watch, isn't it? Just an easy watch. And I think that's why reality TV's become so popular, like amongst everybody.
Which is fair, yeah.
Because it's just...
There's nothing to think about there, is there? Like, you watch it and it's like... Everything's laid out in front of you, and that's what reality TV is, rather than actually being real, because it is obviously scripted.
Of course,
but it's setting up those realistic moments. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's scripted. And obviously, some of the words like, okay, these are the topics that you need to discuss, whatever it is. But you're right; it requires no brain power to process. And speaking of Frasier, by the way, and Only Fools and Horses, the link, Nicholas Lyndhurst, who's the younger guy, Rodney in Only Fools. He is Frasier. So in the Frasier reboot that just happened on Paramount, on Amazon Prime, and Nicholas Lyndhurst, he plays a guy called Alan who is friends. He's a friend of Frasier's from like Harvard or whatever it is. And do you know what? If it wasn't for him in that reboot, it just would be so awful. He is so funny. He is such a funny guy. Like, oh my God, his timing is just
I feel like I might have to watch it.
Do you remember watching the original Frasier?
I remember the original Frasier. It used to be on Channel 4, I believe. In the morning, it used to be Channel 4 next to Everybody Loves Raymond, or before or after one or the other.
Sandwiched in there, bro. Sandwiched in there.
Exactly. No, I loved it. I love all those shows, though. I love all that kind of stuff, because, like you say, you want an easy watch at the same time, but you want to have a little giggle as well. You want to hear the punchline. You want to hear the timings.
Even though you know it. You still
still gets you a little bit, because either you're reminiscing or you're appreciating the joke, you're appreciating the moment that you just watched. So I'm all for that, because
you watch it for different reasons, don't you? Like I said, you don't watch it just to be like, oh, I don't know what happens. Like, you know what happens. You start noticing different things. Like, you start watching the background and you see a person move on set and you think, oh, how did the camera not notice that? Do you know what I mean? Some guy just like moving a bit of design or something like that, like a set design, and you can see him, and it's like, oh, I've watched this for 20 years. I've never noticed it, but because you watch it for 20 years. So.
When you watch it the second, might be paying more attention. Well, second, 10th, 20th, however many times, you're like, oh, yeah.
That's it, yeah. Many times, many times. But yeah, in terms of watching something new, like I said, nothing really that jumps out. Everything's either old or...
Same.
Just not really interesting.
I feel like I'm the same for music as well, though. I feel like I'm not kind of being drawn to this new rap or new R&B or pop or anything, any of the new genres. Like, obviously it's the same genre because it's been the same, but I mean, any of the new stuff that's been released, I can't see myself being drawn to it. I'm always like in the car, either if it's like boy bands from back when we were growing up, to rappers from when we were growing up, to pop stars, to... it's just stuff like I feel myself all the time. Like, my music is literally that. Nothing new. There's nobody. If I put the UK top 40, because obviously for some of the listeners, we live in the UK, so we try to put that on to see what's new. And I'm like, Nah, next.
Yeah.
Before you know it, I've skipped it 15 times, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just go back to one of the albums, an Akon Trouble or an Eminem, or do you know what I mean? Anybody, or like a Nate Dogg or somebody, just like anything. Or Warren G. By the way, I was listening to Warren G. the other day. Regulators. What a tune!
What a tune, though.
What a tune, by the way. I hadn't heard it for a long time. Somebody at work mentioned it. It was like, we're talking about old songs. Oh, this was it. I was talking to some of my colleagues about albums that you don't skip, and one of my colleagues went, "Oh, Warren G was one of their albums out." And I was like, Warren G, like, oh yeah. I was like, what's that song? And we were kind of going, what's that song? What's that song? Like trying to sort of like brainstorm. And then I was like, it's that song that got and then she was like, yeah, Regulators. I was like, that's the one. Quickly, when I got in the car, finished work, I was listening to Regulators. I was listening to It Was a Clear Black Night.
Yeah, that's a tune. Well, that was actually recorded inside a cupboard, by the way. Nate Dogg and Warren G recorded that inside of a cupboard, in like a little closet space. I think it was like a cleaning cupboard or something. So they put the mattress in there and recorded the track in there.
That's cool. That makes it even better.
Makes it even better.
That makes me appreciate the song even more.
Yeah. It's I agree. I agree with music, especially in the last like 3 years that I've been doing the channel, the Parked Up Anywhere channel. It's been interesting because I've been listening to like rap or just music in general from different countries and different cultures. It's been interesting. It's been eye-opening because there is some good talent out there. Understand the language or not, that's irrelevant. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's one point that I never understood before is you don't have to understand the language. If the song is good, you feel it. You know the song is good.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the way. Obviously, the language helps, like if you want to go a little bit deeper and understand what's been said. Like a Despacito, for example, I didn't want to know what I don't care what it means.
It
means so slowly. It means so slowly. I don't care. Don't care. Don't tell me that. You've just ruined it now. All I can think of is so slowly. Yeah,
makes sense to me. So
time goes by so slowly. That's all it reminds me of. And I hate that song. That's Madonna, right? I hate that shit. I don't want to hear it. So you're right. But yeah, with doing the channel, it got interesting. But then all of a sudden, again, it's a cycle that repeats itself. You fall out of love with music, and I don't mean that permanently because it never is permanent. But like there's no one that excites me right now. The only people that really excite me are people that we've grown up listening to, like an Eminem when he drops a new album. I get excited. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm excited about that.
His new album was fire, by the way, as well.
It was great. Death of Slim Shady was excellent. It really was. But now I get more excited about an Indian artist rapper dropping an album because it's like, oh, okay, I want to hear what he's got next. And then once that gets repetitive, it's like, got repetitive. Let's move on to the next artist.
Yeah, see what the next artist does. Now, for me, for rappers, I'm in J. Cole at the minute. I'm a lot of J. Cole. Listen to a lot of J. Cole stuff. Really like J. Cole.
I lost a lot of respect for J. Cole because of the Kendrick and Drake beef.
I knew he was part of it, but I didn't really follow it. I was one of the songs that made me a kind of. I forgot which one it was now as well. I think it's the one where he talks about him and Drake coexisting, and he's not going to beef a rapper. If he beefs a rapper, it will be legit. It won't be for clout. It won't be for pain. I'm not trying to spit bars here.
Was that the last track?
No, I don't know.
Was it the last one that you did? Was it a 7-minute warning or something like that?
No, it wasn't that one. It's
what's the recent one? Because I've got it on my list. I've got it on my list.
317, the same. I forgot it. I'll find it. It'll come to me. Go on. But yeah, why did you fall out with him? What's the reason?
I mean, I didn't fall out with him, by the way. Like
you weren't pals.
Yeah, I don't know this Martin. Yeah, I don't know this guy.
You're not as close as Martin. No? You and Martin are close.
No, that's a relationship we're talking about. But no, with Drake and Kendrick,
middle
obviously,
child. Apologies, middle child. I've ruined it. Okay. I should have waited, but
that's fine. That's fine.
Quickly, I wanted to get it out to let you know that it was middle child. But yeah, go on, Drake and.
No, so Drake and Kendrick, they've had the beef with each other.
Oh yeah, no, I know about that. I've not been under a rock.
Yeah, so in the last 3-4 months, by the way, Channel 4 is actually releasing a documentary on that, and I saw it and I was like, wait, just go on YouTube. There's like 15,000 different channels that have covered this. What are you going to tell me differently that they haven't already told me? So again, irrelevant, but but they had the beef, and J. Cole was involved in the very first track, and then he came out and sort of was like, well, I'm backing out of this track. I'm backing out of this beef now. It made it seem as if like, I don't want to get involved in this. Kendrick and Drake, they had their own shit. They carried on. And then J. Cole came out maybe like last month or a couple of weeks ago, he came out with an apology track.
Yeah.
So now
I didn't think it was an apology track. I thought he was saying something about how he's the greatest or something along the lines, or like he lets his pen do his work or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, trying to take the higher ground basically, and it was kind of like an apology, not direct like, oh, I'm sorry and all this stuff, because again he was involved in the beef at the beginning, but it was more of an apology as in like, oh, I did wrong, shouldn't have beefed and all this, and it's like, bruh, you are a rapper. That's what rappers do. If you are beefing with someone, you do not come out and apologize. You do not come out and back down to anything. You come out swinging and you stay swinging until the other guy's down. Do you know what I mean? Or it becomes like a massive stalemate. So yeah, I just lost a little bit.
Was it Port Antonio? Is that the song you're talking about?
That's the one. Antonio? That's the one. Port Antonio. That's the one.
Yeah.
So again, it's a little like.
But even this beef though, it's fake though, isn't it? Really, it's not even real. Like you hear rappers now, like you hear sometimes. I don't know if there's much.
I've never considered Drake as a great rapper. Drake to me has been a pop star. Like, do you know what I mean? He's a pop star who's got really good rap songs.
I think for me it's fantastic. Like I love Drake. I'm not even going to deny it.
I'm saying recent Drake. Old Drake was fantastic.
Yeah.
Old Drake. Yeah. It was that was.
I think recent Drake is just trying to keep it fresh, and that's why he keeps kind of hitting everybody and everything, and kind of all the different genres. You know, he did like the Caribbean vibe. He did I think he did a song in Jamaican, and I think recently he did a song with a couple of Mexican artists and put the Mexican tunes on the map. Everybody was like, "Oh, look at what Drake's doing." Now, I think, and everybody's, by the way, still rates him very, very highly. Like, although the beef and Kendrick probably won it with the anthem of "They're Not Like Us, They're Not Like Us," because that's going to be an anthem now. That's going to be played on all of the sporting events when a team wins and the home side wins. Everything's going to be "They're Not Like Us."
The thing is, I covered the beef, and I don't even think "Not Like Us" was the track that sank Drake. Do you know what I mean? I think that track was good because of the hook. But there was a couple of tracks. There was a couple of tracks. There was a couple of tracks before that sort of, Kendrick, said some facts and went in, and I thought, for me personally, oh shit, all right, I don't care what Drake says now because it's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? It's irrelevant, whatever he's gonna say, because I remember Drake when he beefed against Pusha T, and that was like
he got sabotaged there, did he, by Kanye?
No, the thing is
that the one, because Pusha T obviously said about his son's name, released his son's name to the world.
That's fair, but this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like with Drake, and again, you listen to some of his beef tracks, if you will, and they're very basic. They're very, very basic. As in, like, there's no real creativity when you listen to Eminem and he's going at someone.
Stop it.
That gets creative.
Do
you know what I'm saying?
That's the goat of beef. That's the goat of, like, you don't mess with him.
Exactly. So I'm not saying obviously Drake is anywhere near that level, but he would never come close to that level. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's facts.
And that's facts, yeah. So that's why I never considered Drake as a real rapper, to be fair, because I just don't. I've heard him freestyle, even on like Charlie Sloth, when Charlie Sloth did it in the UK still. Yeah. Because I think he's doing it in America now. And I heard him freestyle, and it's like, dude, that's like me freestyling. That's like me freestyling when I was 12 and learning to freestyle. Like, what the hell is this? So that's why I never really considered him. He's always a pop rap star rather than an actual rapper.
Yeah.
But
fair point.
Anyway,
so his tunes are catchy. I mean, that's all we can say. But then again, maybe that's what pop tunes are. The hooks are catchy. Then sometimes he's singing and a little bit of rhyming and a little bit of maybe the rhyming. Some people think it's rap, but you're right. Like, compared to some of the like hardcore rap or even just standard hip hop,
it's not about.
It's not very hip hoppy, is it really?
Yeah, but it's not about like right or wrong, really. It's just more of a, music is subjective at the end of the day.
Yeah,
that's it.
Depends how. Yeah, absolutely. That's
me and you love Backstreet Boys, right?
Love Backstreet Boys.
We love that shit. But some other dude, if we mention it, they'll be like, "Oh, Backstreet Boys." Oh, it's like, yes, mate, whatever.
I'm all in sync.
Yeah, no. Hey, that's a different battle, all right? That's people die. People die of them in them streets.
I like it. There's some songs that are in sync.
I like NSYNC as well.
There's a couple of songs that.
Yeah, come on. We don't discriminate. We like JT. No, JT, what up, bro?
Yeah, but that's actually, I don't know the rest. JT and the gang.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick, because I remember his name.
Isn't he, or something? Is he the one who was on?
Get your ass kicked because Eminem dissed him on.
Yeah.
There was the Lance. Someone, I think he's the gay one.
I don't know.
Staple, Lance, I can't remember. Anyway, irrelevant, right? So I'm saying it's subjective. Me and you, we love that. Someone else doesn't love that. But again, the problem that comes out of all of this is people are like, "Oh, how dare you like them?" It's like, what? I don't care who you like. I'm glad that you like them, but I would never. Again, people
it's not me.
part their own opinion on you. It's like, oh yeah, these are the best. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, again, top 5 or top 10, subjective. So my top 10 is different to your top 10.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's the beauty of it. Music is like sports. It leads debates. You like what you like. You know what I mean?
It's an open discussion.
That's what it is. But the problem is, like, nobody should ever try and push it on Backstreet Boys onto you. It's you like Backstreet Boys, you like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about Eminem, by the way, saying diss tracks. It's making me want to go back to when he dissed Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon and Ja Rule. I just want to listen to those 3 tracks again.
The Warning, I think, is probably one of the. But the only problem with The Warning is
I don't know. I don't know him as well as you. I don't know him the title of the track.
The Warning is the one against Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey, and that the only problem with that track is that even though it is brutal, the problem is he's aiming it towards a pop star rather than another rapper. Do you know what I mean? So that's not really. So for some reason, people don't consider that as a one of the better beef tracks. It's like. It 100% is. He literally
beef. It doesn't matter who's beefing against him. They used his name, trying to tarnish his name. He came out and started fighting for his name.
He figuratively and metaphorically slapped both of them on the track. Do you know what I'm saying? And
I watched an interview where 50 Cent says where Nick Cannon tries to say something about 50 Cent. 50 Cent goes like, "There isn't. I would never respond to Nick Cannon because he is fucking corny." And then he says, "You've never said anything where the guys have listened to it and gone, ooh, bars." He says, not once. Whatever. Listen, Nick Cannon's an entertainer. He's doing his things with Wild 'N Out and so on and so forth. But, like, listen, don't go around after some of the greats, like the 50s, especially Eminem. You don't go after them.
You don't go after them alone. Snoop said it. You leave the white boy alone.
I was literally going to say that.
There you go. Sorry. Game said that as well. Yeah.
Don't mess with the white boy.
Don't mess with the white boy. And the thing is, it's true. And there is so much hate. We will get to some football, by the way, because, eventually. Whatever. Who cares? But there was so much hate. Oh, there is so much hate towards Eminem, and it's become this sort of this in trend thing where it's like, oh, let's shit on Eminem. It's like, oh, this is my top 10: Jay-Z, Kendrick, and J. Cole. I'm like, bro, okay, I know it's subjective. I know it's subjective, but like, let's just be real, okay? Let's just be honest with ourselves. How are you putting J. Cole or Kendrick above Eminem? How are you even putting Jay-Z over Eminem, by the way?
But Jay-Z for me doesn't even get anywhere near them, by the way. I know Jay-Z is very, very good. I've never been a big fan of Jay-Z. The only 2 songs that I've liked of Jay-Z is off the Paris and No Church in the Wild. Those are the only 2 songs that I've liked that year. And also the one with Eminem, which he does. What's it called? Is it Renegade or something?
Yeah, because I'm a motherfucking renegade. Yeah, he murdered Jay-Z on that track.
For a minute.
I'm in a position to listen all this stuff. Oh man, like
these kids for a minute because just bars.
Murdered him on that track.
So for me, those are the songs. I've not really heard much Jay-Z, even the one he did with Alicia Keys that everybody was like all hyped for. Yeah, I wasn't really into it. I just don't understand about Jay-Z. It was a good track, but it wasn't for me. Again, going back to that subjective stuff, it wasn't for me. And even the words and some of the stuff he says, but again, not for me.
Yeah, he's got a very, very unique and different flow to any other rapper out there, and that's fair. I think that's fair to admit. But like you said, it doesn't. There's certain tracks, and that's probably the majority of his tracks. I mean, I do like, to be fair, I do like some of Jay-Z. I like some of his albums. He's got some very good songs on there. But it's very like you sort of have to listen to him to understand what he's about, and then maybe appreciate it. Do you see what I mean? Whereas if you listen to like an Eminem, you listen to him, you think, damn, okay, that guy's the shit. So you carry on. Whereas with Jay-Z, because he's so different, you just kind of have to take like a moment, if you will. But like you said, that's not for everyone. That's not for everyone. That's not easy listening. I don't want to have to think about the songs where it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, no. And that's the thing. I think
did you shoot somebody?
I've never really spent much too. And maybe this is a fault of mine not listening to Jay-Z and some of these like sort of really lyrical storytellers when they say it's when they're rapping away. But I've always been this kind of guy, like for an easy listen, like I've not had the toughest of lives, I can't relate to Jay-Z and having to sell cocaine in the street or drugs or whatever he had to sell or any of these other rappers. But I appreciate a good beat. I appreciate some good lyrics. But one thing I've said it before is what I really like is when the beat is effectively going to the same rate as the flow, and it sounds a bit like the rappers' tone of voice or what they're saying. So, for example, in Renegade, when Eminem does his verse, like, and another one of them,
Come on, Robin.
My guy.
I saw it flash across your eyes.
And the other one is Patiently Waited on 50 Cent.
Of course.
Patiently Waited.
See,
Patiently Waited is just insane for me. Again, subjective, personally.
No, of course.
Insane tune.
Those are some classic.
Spotify list now, ready to listen to work for tomorrow during lunchtime, and when I finish work. This is going in.
Those songs have the tendency to incite aggressiveness, so just be careful, okay?
I'll probably listen to them after work on a Friday afternoon.
I think so.
And if I see a cyclist, I'll be...
Yeah, please do it. And can you just be like, this is for Larry, bitch? And then drive away. So my point with the whole Eminem thing is, it just feels a bit trendy for people to hate on him right now. And to be honest, it's mostly the black community. It really is. They're hating on him. And whether that's race or the fact that they don't want to admit that someone has taken over, someone's taken over their music, because Eminem, do you know what I mean? Eminem even said it in his own tracks, Without Me. It's like, since Elvis Presley, do you know what I mean? To do black music since Elvis Presley. Do you know what I mean? And use it.
Well, 50 Cent said it as well. I think 50 Cent touched on it. It goes, there's hip hop is predominantly black people music, effectively. Like, it's sung by black artists, and people don't like it, or the fact there's a white guy doing it better than majority of black.
And he is. And the thing is with hip hop,
and he has done it for a long time, by the way.
See, the difference where some people will get mistaken is hip hop is the way of life. That's what it became from. Do you know what I mean? And hip hop itself became from breakdancing. That's why it's called hip hop. Do you know what I mean? And that's how the whole genre started. It's literally breaks in classic tracks like jazz or funk tracks. Breaks. People start breakdancing, and then after that, people start putting lyrics over those little samples, and there you go. That's where rap was born. Hip hop, sorry. And so and then rap is the art of verbally performing on the microphone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why Eminem, he's one of the greatest rappers. Fair enough. If you don't want to count him as one of the greatest hip hoppers of all time, that's fine. One of the greats in hip hop, that's fine. If you want to keep that predominantly as a black community, I have no problem with that. Do you know what I'm saying? But don't get the two mixed up. Do you know what I mean? Like, Eminem is a great rapper. Fantastic. And for me, he is the great, and he is the greatest in hip hop, because I don't care about hip hop about black or white. For me, hip hop is hip hop.
Like, who the artist is.
Yeah, I'm just being like a devil's advocate on maybe why the hate towards Eminem. Do you know what I mean? Which is fair enough.
Some people hate, though. You're right. I think some of them hate because you hear podcasts as well. There's lots of, like, the Joe Buddens who's probably got beef with Eminem. That Benzino guy who's come out saying Eminem is not Charlemagne or whatever his name is. The guy of that talk show radio. And he's thinking as if he can have his, fair enough, again, subjective, he can have his opinion, but he's trying to enforce his opinion on others and trying to get his other
guests
to believe. And until the moment they say, like, no, like, Eminem is this or 50 Cent is this, but he won't do it. He only does it for the Eminem, because I don't. But you're right. Maybe it's a trend. Maybe it's a trend to hate on Eminem. And he brought the album. Kamikaze album was fantastic when he trashed pretty much on everybody. Yeah, I love the fact that he trashed on everybody, because I got sick and tired of hearing people trash him. And then this new one as well, like Death with Slim Shady, it's just like, wow. Yeah. Just incredible.
I mean, the guy performed in Austin, like we said, on Sunday, he performed like to 100,000 people there. That's how many people went and rushed. And I saw videos of, like, people uploading on Instagram running towards the stage in Austin after the race. Was it after qualifying or whenever? Yeah, after qualifying on Saturday, or sprint race on Saturday. So that was great to watch, because I experienced the same thing when I saw him in Wembley in 2014. Just rushing to the stadium, rushing to the doors, to the front of the stage, and we were there. But it's just something that's really annoying me, because you can't really see many posts that don't include that type of shit. Where it's mostly rage bait. I get it, but let's just be real about who the greatest of all time is, and it will take a lot to match that. There has been no white rapper that's come close to it. Like, not a single white rapper has come close to Eminem status, or just different leagues, absolute different leagues.
No, I don't even think it's like white. I think even But even black rappers, some of them may have come close in terms of record sales and stuff. But
absolutely.
I just think in general, like he's just as
Record
a battle
sales,
rapper as well, and as anything, as an entertainer, as a lyricist, it's just I can't praise him high enough. I don't want to sound like a fucking fanboy, but I actually can't praise him enough. Like I love listening to Eminem.
Agree, I totally agree.
Even his albums when he wasn't that great. I don't even know what the album's called. You know, the one where he went sober for so long and he said, "I'm not afraid," and all those other songs. Not afraid. Recovery. Thank you. Yeah, I even enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one.
Good tracks.
For me, it was
you know
decent.
what? No, I'll be honest, right? I hated on Recovery for a long time, and then I went through a phase where I went through the albums. I was like, how many tracks do I like from each of these? And it ended up like on average, like 9-10 tracks out of a 17 track or 18 track album, which is fair. Which is fair enough,
like, you're not going to like them all, yeah.
So, and I went back to Recovery and I was like, oh, okay, I actually like a lot more tracks than I thought here. So I kind of have to, by my own rules, I have to include this. But it was good to see after Relapse that he did a different style with a different producer, because I don't think Dre produced any of the tracks. Maybe one. Anyway, he didn't produce any of the tracks on that album. It was different producers. And it was good to see it was different, and it took a bit of time to get used to, because subsequent albums after that have used different producers. So yeah, that was interesting as an album, and then everything after that was either very good or very shit. So
when did he do the whole thing with Lil Wayne and Drake? And was that before or after Recovery?
So that was on Relapse.
Drop the World and all that stuff when he did.
So that was on Relapse Refill. So he dropped Relapse the album, and then he dropped like another 5 tracks as a bonus, which was called like Relapse Refill. And that had Forever, Drop the World. Is it Drop the World or Drop the Bomb on them?
And the one with Lil Wayne, I think, is Drop the World.
Yeah, Drop the World, isn't it? That was on Relapse.
That was another beat as well, by the way. That was another fire track.
One of the best is, without a doubt, No Love. But look.
No Love, that's another one.
That's from Recovery.
What was the other one that he did? Like,
that's from Recovery, yeah.
Tune.
But for me, off that album has to be Almost Famous. I feel like that's technically, I thought that's one of his best technical verses that he ever did. And then everything in between it was enjoyable. It was very. Cinderella Man was like an amazing track. Spacebound is one of my favorites from that album. We touch, I feel the rush. We clutch, and it's so much, but it's enough to make me wonder what's in store for that track.
Stop it, bars.
It's just, so that's what I'm saying. Great album. You forget how good of an album it is until you listen back to it. So, but look, Rick, we've gone on long.
We've gone a long time for rap and TVs and stuff. And
let's if people do want to hear some more theories and more discussions about rap and music and films and TV or whatever, please do let us know. We can do that for you. But the reason we went on a bit longer is because football this week. It's happened. It's definitely happened. To be honest, it's a thing that happened.
I watched a little bit. Listen, I'll go straight onto my team. My team played tonight. I watched probably 20 minutes while I was at the barbershop. And I was thinking like...
Oh, it was the early kickoff, wasn't it? Early kickoff. Oh, jeez.
Well, it was a 5 o'clock commentary start. I think it was like kickoff at 5:30 or 5:45.
Not even out of work yet.
Well, left work, exactly. Like we touched on in our last episode. Is like, but the reason they did it because United Panathinaikos, or not Panathinaikos, Fenerbahce United are playing.
They're literally playing right now. I've got it on in the background.
At least we got the victory though, 4-1 in the bag, brand new 11.
Very good.
What can I say?
It's 1-1 here, by the way.
It's 1-1 here. I'm glad for Jose.
92nd minute with 5 minutes added on, and it's 1-1. I don't know when they scored, by the way, because I didn't see it. But
let's see 1-0. I think Ericsson got a goal. I didn't see anything after that once we started jumping on and recording.
Good goal, to be honest, from Ericsson.
Nice. But from Chelsea's point of view, 4-1 in the bag. Disappointed that we conceded, to be honest with you, because Panathinaikos did not offer anything. We controlled possession. We were a little bit lethargic with the ball at the back when we went to up 1-0. But then Mudryk played well, set up 1, scored 1. So good on him for that one. I'm kind of happy for Mudryk because I feel like he gets a lot of stick. And granted, it's not because it's not unnecessary stick. He gets it because it's merited because he is very, very average. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a good player in there, but how deep in there it is, we don't know because this is his 3rd season, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this his 3rd season?
Ooh, Mudryk.
Yeah. Or is this... Because when did he come? He came when Potter, didn't he? Came towards the latter months of Potter, Lampard,
So
Podge.
22, so 2 years, isn't it? 2 years. Coming up 3 years. Yeah, coming up 3 years.
Yes. So let's say his third season now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's playing in that Chelsea B team. That's the only way I can describe his Chelsea B team one, because they were talking on the news today on the radio, and as I was driving, they were like, "Oh, like you say, leaving work because it was such an early kickoff."
Yeah.
Chelsea have made 11 changes. Stop saying 11 changes, bro. Just say Chelsea have put a brand new starting 11.
Yeah.
Compared to the one that played at the weekend, you can't use the sort of tone when you say 11 changes. Are like, oh, Larry's team has made 2 changes. Okay, so do well. 11 changes is a brand new team. So going back to, as I just said, this is for me as a Chelsea B team that perform in this Conference League. But even the B team has got strength and depth everywhere. You look at it, so I've Cuckoo up top. Drewsbury Hall might be the one person you might think, like, who? What was he? Didn't he just come up with Leicester from last year? But yeah, Mudryk, Drewsbury Hall, Enzo was playing, Disasi, Badiashile, Cucurella was playing, Renato Vieira was playing. You just think to yourself, like, wow, it's a quality team. And we won, which is fine. But this is, again, winning is the most important bit.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, you didn't just win. You won emphatically. It's 4-1. Like, let's just not.
It was emphatically, but the third goal by João Felix took a massive deflection. Then it was another penalty. No, it doesn't matter as long as they go in.
Yeah, he was there. He did it. He made it happen. Without him, it wouldn't have happened. So, and this is the thing. You know, sometimes goals are downplayed or whatever, and it's like, I'm sorry, but he was there. It was an own goal from the keeper. Yes, but if he didn't shoot that ball, the keeper wouldn't have put it in.
Yeah, exactly.
So he made it happen. Anyway, so I'm just looking at the back line here, and it's interesting. Okay, I'm looking on Flash Scores. I'm looking at the lineup and with the rating. So looks good. Top looks good. Mudryk 8.3, Cuckoo 8.0, Neto 7.7. Mudryk with the man of the match performance, excellent.
Yeah.
And and then behind that you've got João Felix 8.1, 2 goals, fantastic, dark green. It looks like forest green. Oh my god, it looks brilliant. And then it carries on. Fernandes 7.6, Shrewsbury Hall 7.1. Oh my god. And then you get to the back line, and it's like someone just threw some oranges in there. Like, why is Cucurella, Disasi, Bega, and the keeper on anything less than a 7 out of a 4-1 win? Like, seriously, can you just explain that to me?
There's nothing to explain. They did all right, mate, to be fair. Of course, I think they got a bit naive and a bit carried away. Once the goals started coming in, players were being taken on quite quickly and quite easily. So Disasi making some rash decisions, trying to win the ball when he didn't need to. Badiashile doing the same. When the player's on the halfway line back to goal, rushes in and gives a free kick away for no reason. Now, granted, the free kick is in no danger because it's the middle of the park with 2-1 up. Or was it 1-0 up at this time? Sorry, 2-1 up, 2-0 at the time, or 1-0. But it's the point of, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even going that far out? To just nothing else could describe it other than clatter the player. Like, just wanted to hurt him because you're not going to get anywhere near the ball because he had his back to goal. You were approaching from behind. So I think that's the reasons why the players got. Or alternatively, the other thing could be, why did you concede a goal when you controlled the game for so long? I don't even know what possession was, but I can only imagine it being really high.
So it was 4-0 by the 60th minute. And 10 minutes later, so 59th minute, you scored the 4th goal. And then 10 minutes later, Pelistri scores for the first goal, so 4-1. Now, I'm just saying, in that time, who came on? George came on and Gayu? Yep. Gayu came on? So Cuckoo and Neto came off. So I'm not saying that's a direct... young player. Yeah, so I'm not saying that's a direct, result of them leaving and the goal happening. But obviously there's a little bit of change there. So now you're taking 2 good players off in Cuckoo and Neto. Obviously a bit of destabilising the team. Then you put the young lads, I'm guessing, because they are young lads, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, they are.
Gayu sounds like he was just born, mate. So, he's got a futuristic name. Gayu. Gayu, is that
powerful as well, though, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? It sounds like
Gayu wins the goals. Gayu go!
It sounds like a Tekken player or a Street Fighter player. Gayu.
Yeah.
Fatality.
That's actually what it sounds like. It does sound like a Tekken player. Gayu, yeah.
Because Ryu is the Street Fighter. So, Gayu, right, winner. Finish him. No, so yeah, it seems a bit more like rather than 2 players coming off and then the goal happening, it just seems a bit of lack of concentration at the back. It's 4-0. What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? However, is that a little bit early to start switching off? It's the 70th minute.
Way too early.
20 minutes to go. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the manager has obviously done the change, trying to rest some of the players, because who knows? Maybe at the weekend we're playing Newcastle again, so maybe Uncle might get a little bit longer than he did at Anfield. Maybe he might want to change things up a little bit. Maybe he might want to drop Sancho, or he may want to do something. But at 4-1, you'd think to yourself, right, let's give the young lads a little run out. Or 4-0, sorry, you'd be like, let's give the young boys a run out, which I don't mind that. I don't mind the changes that he's done. So bringing Chukwuemeka on, who hasn't played that much for Dewsbury Hall, bringing George on, bringing Guy, obviously the young boy who, sorry, I just keep thinking of taking it. I just want to say Ryu.
You could say in that voice, man.
But they want to bring him on as well. And to be fair, these are the opportunities. We always say, like, give the youth a chance. What better opportunity to give the youth a chance than having 4-0 up with 30 minutes, 20 minutes to go away from home? And, they won. But
it's a good option.
They could have done a little bit more for it. Like in terms of stats alone, 60% possession to 40%, pass accuracy 92% from Chelsea. They've only won 6 tackles because they had majority of the ball. So obviously that's why the tackles are low. Free kicks, they won a lot more. Yellow card, 1 each for both teams. So yeah, overall, it's okay. That wasn't an in-depth in stats and stuff, but passes 620.
I'm sorry, when did we become a stats podcast, by the way?
Well, just now, because I want to compare.
No, that's fine.
But
reading stats is okay.
Where are we at?
We are not comparing them on a chart, by the way.
None of that. There is no Excel spreadsheets here or anything like that.
No. But and we don't take XG seriously here, by the way.
We definitely don't take XG seriously.
We discuss it, but we don't,
Talking about XG is like talking to a mortgage advisor when you say to a Mark, how much can I borrow? Let's say in round figure of let's say 500,000. And they say to you, yeah, you can borrow 480 if the house is 500. And you're like, okay. But if you put 80% of the deposit, you can borrow 700,000. I'd be like, well, that's irrelevant point. Why are you telling me this? This is literally pointless. This is like talking about expected goals. You expect to score with every shot. So
with XG, I think the only thing that is good with XG is a player like Nicholas Jackson.
My guy, you had to go there.
But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense to use it as a training exercise or training method for your players, as a development method, for your players who obviously, who touch a lot of the ball, who have those positions and who make those actions sort of thing. So with XG, that's probably the only thing that I could see as a useful thing. It's like, right, you had 4.8 XG. That means you were clear on goal at least 4 times and you didn't score. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think that could work. Yeah, with most of them, but with Jackson at the minute, he gets the most stick because I think most strikers it'd work for towards. I'd be like, but even XG, like you don't even need to say that. You just need to be like, you had 4 shots on target. Why did you hit the keeper? But I suppose XG is a little bit more. Yeah, but I suppose XG might be like chances to score. So even if you don't hit the shot on target, you can be like, well, you were 4 times more likely to score. So why didn't you? And I get that, but. With Jackson, he just seems to be so inconsistent. One game, the goal against Liverpool to make it 1-1 at the weekend, you're like, I thought he missed. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have any confidence in him scoring until I saw him running off celebrating. I was like,
even then,
okay, we scored.
Yeah, even then, it's like, let me wait.
Did it though?
Jackson, I don't think so.
There's other times when I expect him to score, and then he just does it. And it's like, why are you rushing? There's times when you are so calm. I think even Daniel Sturridge touched on this on the punditry when he was like, scored one with outside of the foot. It takes balls and confidence for you to be like, actually, I'm going to slot it in with the outside of the boot here. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, that's sweet. But then tomorrow or next weekend, 1-on-1 with the keeper, you panic and you hit it straight at the keeper.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's important. He's making good runs with Jackson. I think that's one of the reasons managers stick with him. Obviously, he didn't play today because, like I said, he's part of the A team. And today we played a few of them off. Yeah, would be classed as a B team. To be fair, the whole 11 that started against Liverpool did not play tonight.
Yeah, I just had a quick look there as well.
No, Cole Palmer's not even in the team at all. He's not even signed up for the European football matches. So, but no, listen. Again, we won. It's 4-1. Happy with the result. Hopefully, we continue this momentum of winning. Bring some of that into the Premier League because we need a reaction at the Bridge on Saturday against a struggling Newcastle team. But any team that struggles, we seem to struggle against. If teams are attacking us, we seem to do better. Whereas teams sit a bit like Liverpool did. Let's not kind of say anything. Liverpool did sit back and we did dominate at Anfield, but they took the most important part, which was 2-1 on the results. That's the most. Yeah. That's the main bit to dominate on, isn't it? So we'll see. We'll see.
with Maresca, it seems like he's obviously got his priorities straight in terms of, right, this is only the Conference League. I don't need any of my big players until the later stages. If we don't make the later stages, I can't see him being too bothered about that, to be honest.
I don't think he's
in his first season. You know, in his first season, I don't think so. So I like the way that he's doing that. And again, you've got the squad depth. You have the squad depth to do that. And the problem will be for City, Liverpool, Arsenal in the next 2 seasons, if Maresca sticks and, you know, everyone starts playing what he wants, the level of rotation that Chelsea will have is going to be frightening. It's going to be frightening because, again, you literally have three first 11s or 3 11s to put on at any time. And that's not including subs, by the way. That's just 3, you know what I mean? 3 11s.
I agree.
Plus 15 subs. So
X amount of players on loan.
Exactly. So again, that will be frightening. And I'm just hoping, as an opposing fan, that obviously you lose every game, but I'm just hoping that it's not sustainable. And I'm hoping players will start leaving or start causing shit. However,
more than likely.
With Maresca coming in from what we discussed last episode, from the school that he comes from, sort of thing, then if the players start sticking with him, it's going to be it will be frightening, or it has the potential to be very, very scary.
I think a lot of these players on the B team, because like you said, it'll be interesting in the latter stages. Will he stick with this B team? Again, I say B team. It's probably like an A rather than this B team. But will he stick with them, or will he put the A team who face Liverpool at the weekend, the Premier League 11 rather than the Conference League 11? Because even the Conference League 11, like you say, it is frightening to know we've got so many players in the past. Last season before, we discussed it many times, too many players, what's going on. But Maresca's handled it well. Even the media started taking the piss and saying, oh, another Chelsea player signed. And he's like, doesn't matter who they sign. I'm working with 25 players. And he set their record straight. These are the 25 players I'm working with. These are the players I've spoken to, Raheem Sterling being one of them, Trevor Chalobah being the other one. What's the other guy? Ben Chilwell being another one. Even to Chile, he was like, you're not my type of left back. I like a different left back. You are not my guy. Raheem Sterling, he's fantastic. I'm a fan of Raheem, but he's not my kind of winger. And you think to yourself, God damn, like, you just first day on the job, you're starting to get rid of like some of the top dogs. And in a way, what has done well, it's worked for us because these guys weren't performing. The younger guys may have seen, like, he just got rid of Braz, he just got rid of Chile. I better step up, otherwise he's getting rid of me.
That's a great statement to make.
I've not been performing to go to an Arsenal. You know, Raheem Sterling's going off a name to Arsenal. And the fact that Arsenal is like, well, we're not going to pay him 300 grand. We'll pay him 100. You guys cover the rest of the bill. And Chelsea were like, just get rid. And in fairness, it's been a good investment for us because he's not been around the dressing room. Maybe he was a bad apple, maybe he wasn't, but I don't know. But even Arsenal fans are saying we're paying a third of his salary and we still feel like we got robbed.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been great for Sterling, but we'll come back to Arsenal just after Chelsea. But that's what I'm saying. Like with Maresca, every time I'm watching him and I'm watching Chelsea, it gives me thoughts of like, damn, okay, maybe Bowley was right, and that's why he bought 17 million players because he knew this moment would come where he would find or just land luckily or whatever it was by chance on Maresca as a good manager, and he knew that would happen. And again, compete in all fronts, you need the manpower.
You need the soldiers, don't you?
Yet again, I sit here in front of you on camera, obviously. I sit in front of you and I just think, my God, man, when I think about my team and how one injury affects us so badly, like we were lucky with the games that we won, the red cards, all that stuff. We were lucky to win or draw those games. Luck ran out against Bournemouth. We got beat deservedly, by the way. It just scares me that we don't have anywhere near the depth that Chelsea does. And we wanted to compete, and it sometimes it just doesn't calculate in my brain. It's like, how are you doing this? Odegaard's been off for 3 weeks or nearly a month, and we're crying about it because who's going to fit in? Mate, no, it's a team. One falls, you bring the other one in.
Yeah, that's one of the things what Pep's been so good about, hasn't he, really? And I think something that Chelsea tried to do by buying so many players and, like you say, 17 million players. And it was a piss take, even as a fan, but it's something that we weren't used to. maybe it's still wait and see. It's still early to see whether he's going to win. It's not early days. It's season 3 now with 17 million players and some bad business and some good business. Mudryk being part of the bad business, Enzo part of the bad business. Caicedo may end up being good business. We still don't know. Still borderline. But it's just the fact that you need the manpower if you're going to compete on all fronts. And you also, if you compete on all fronts, you're more than likely to keep players happy because you can give them opportunities of playing without having to exhaust them. And I'll go back to Saka playing 90,000 games last season or the season before. Yeah. Okay, that's exactly, you know what I mean? I think he played close to 70 or 80 games in a single season. And that's the thing that takes a toll on you. So what he's done is, as a fan, I was always happy that he's spending the money. I was just not happy with the managers that he was putting in place. Even from Maresca, I had my reservations. I was like, is he that good? Coming from a championship, we just got rid of Pochettino, who had the experience. Give Poch another year, but I'm not really a big fan of Poch because he's like that PE teacher, wants to be friends with everybody, when in reality, you need somebody to be a bit more strict. And we've talked about this before with Potter coming in. Like, how do you handle those egos in a dressing room when they've got more money than you? Because sometimes, like, people be like, I don't, you know, like, and it's these, maybe it's not a money thing, maybe it's a competition thing, maybe it's a winning thing. How do you even entertain or encourage and motivate those players? Whereas Maresca's coming, honestly, I think he's been fantastic for us. He's been fantastic the way he's handled situations. He's been open and honest with everybody. He spoke to the media in an open and honest way. One of the things that I really like, I'm working with 25 players. The rest of them are not part of my 25. So it doesn't matter who's coming in, they are not part of my 25. And you think to yourself, fucking hell, like, that's going against the powers that be. Like, nobody ever did that for Todd Bowley. Everybody was like, yeah, bring him in at halftime. Let's show the players. Forget about my team talk. We're losing 1-0, but you know what I mean? He's just like, and I just hope his guy
have principles and morals. It's principles that you need to set in place, really.
He clearly has them, and he's clearly a strong character as well to stand up for his principles, his beliefs, and what he thinks he needs to do to take this Chelsea team forward. So I think
he's got to stick to his guns if he's going to, succeed in the job. And like Jose Mourinho did, like, he came out to the media. He was like, "I am the guy. I am the one."
Yes.
And all the interviews that he gave, everyone was like, "Oh, fuck this guy, fucking hell, this Mourinho guy." Who the fuck
then he just said, "I'm just not just anybody. I am the special one."
And then he won two leagues. He won 2 leagues back to back, and it made Chelsea an absolute powerhouse.
League as well, by the way. That season was insane without having to kind of reminisce again. 15 goals, bro. 15 goals.
I know. But how many did you lose?
Insane.
How many did you lose that season?
I don't think that's the season we lost. Isn't that the season that we won it with only conceding 15 goals?
No, I'm saying how many did you lose games-wise?
Oh, right, you're trying to play the invincible card. You're pulling that out.
Just gotta... I mean, 15 goals. 15 goals is good.
Leverkusen invincible. Juventus invincible.
In the Premier League.
Olympiacos invincible.
In the Premier League. What? Sorry, in the Farmers League.
All over the world. But that's the team. That's the farmer in that league.
And apologies again.
Your league.
And apologies, Chelsea, have they gone invincible? Man United, Man City,
no, I don't think anybody has.
Good, so we'll just move past that.
Did you win Champions League?
Just move past that. Then.
Did you win anything in Europe?
Yeah,
90
actually.
Premier League titles, haven't you? What did you win in Europe?
Super Cup.
Shoving ticket. Just tell me.
Wait. Hold on. Let me
pull it out again. You've got a shiny in the back. Get the shiny out the back.
Let me find the name. I think it was like something along the lines of the Intertoto Cup or some shit. But it preceded the UEFA Cup. Yeah, no, it didn't count. It didn't count. Cloudy Cup, yes, that's exactly what it was. It was a Cloudy Cup because no one remembers it.
Oh, fucking quality. You made it better. I said Audi, but you made it better. But no, listen, joking aside, that season, like that Chelsea season, you're right. 15 goals is unbelievable. It's impressive. It's not what you guys did. Listen, that's still unbelievable.
But the thing is, it's impressive.
All achievements are,
It's impressive because, yes, okay, you didn't go invincible, but at the same time, when you're talking about a 38 game league, and you concede 15 goals, that is... Again, that is literally unheard of because that's less than, what is it, like less than half?
Less than half, bro. Like less than half.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, it is crazy. Like 0.4 or something.
Insane. Yeah, some
whatever
shit
goals
like
we concede.
But point is as well, though, like I remember that, like reminiscent, Chelsea fans will probably be the same as well. The newspapers were offering extra money on top of the player's salary, whoever can score against Chelsea, because Petr Cech on this like crazy 10-game or 15-game streak of like,
he still holds that, doesn't he?
I think he still holds it, yeah.
And he was wait. Sorry, David Raya broke that last season.
Or did Raya break? I don't know. But I remember that then it's like
I will have a look.
The News and all these other sort of Daily Mail and all these other ones offering £10,000 to the next player that scores. And I think it was a West Brom or Aston Villa player who scored it, because I was like, no, check, what are you doing? But it was incredible. It was incredible. But like you said, you need to have, going back to what we were talking about, you need to have a strong character who believes in their principles, who believes in their own ability and their own work and their own coaching style and managing. And hopefully Maresca is the guy that can do something for us, because we're used to winning. And for the past couple of years, we've not been winning. I'll settle for decent football in Champions League for a little bit. Football is coming. We're dominating possession and so on. And we're not going to away from home and getting slapped. Granted, it's only been 8 weeks. Game 7, I think we're in, or Game 6, whatever we're in with the international break. But Anfield showed to me, like, although we got beat, I was like, okay, we're not afraid to be here and hold the ball. Like, that's the main thing I ask from any players. Don't be afraid on the ball. You are a professional footballer playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Don't be afraid to be on the ball. And that's something that he's done. Yeah, that's the shift. That's a better word. He has shifted that mentality now. So, yeah. But no, that's all I've got on Chelsea from my end, Paul.
Yeah, so, that's definitely a massive shift on culture there. But so basically just did a little quick calculation. You went 60% of that league without conceding a goal.
Incredible.
60%.
Incredible.
So I said 0.4, it was 40%. Like, you conceded in the 40%. So 60% you did not. You just went straight sailing, lad. So again, it's a very, very impressive achievement. So with Chelsea, again, time will tell, and it could just completely flop again. It could be the start of a new phase. And it all remains to be seen, and this season will be a very good marker for Maresca.
I think what we need, though, is we need that Champions League football. It's good for football for Chelsea to be in the Champions League. It is good for football as a whole, Chelsea Football Club, to be in the Champions League. It is. It's an advert for football.
I'm not on mute, by the way. People listen, I'm not on mute. I just didn't want to answer.
I know it's easy to say. Same as Arsenal not being in the thing. It's better to have Arsenal in there than a Spurs. Better to have a Chelsea in there than a Spurs, because there's more likely Chelsea could go a little bit further than Spurs. Granted, not shitting on. Well, I am shitting on Spurs, and I don't really care. But it's an advert for Chelsea to be on. Chelsea need to be in the Champions League. They just need to be in the Champions League.
And right now they are the 4th best team or 3rd best team, like depending on how you look.
6th on the league right now, but probably the 4th best team in terms of football. And that. But if you're going off the league,
I'm talking about football. Yeah, for sure. But no, fair enough. And obviously we'll just we'll move on to Arsenal. Obviously they played Shakhtar. And first things first, by the way, I don't really want to spend too much time on it because it's a repeat of the weekend. But
you weren't that great, were you?
No. What made it worse is at the beginning, before the match even started, John Champion decided to be an absolute tool and just tell a tearjerker of a story. And like, these men and the hardships and the war and all this. And I'm like, it's just like, mate, it's like, you might as well just go on there and be like, Arsenal better not score against these guys because you can't celebrate. Yeah. It's like, you have ruined this for me. But I had to watch it anyway. Obviously, I watched it. Not good. Not good at all, actually. It was very, very poor.
I got bored, to be honest with you. I was watching bits of it, and then I was like, I'm bored of this. I'm not even watching it.
It was such a bad match. Like, from everyone had a very bad game, apart from maybe Thomas Partey and Kai Havertz, who were, and Martinelli, who were probably like the only good ones. Everyone else just had a very, very poor game. Sloppy passing, the runs weren't there, the space wasn't opening up. They were just getting bullied, it felt like. It's just a repeat of the weekend. And for me, Trossard, again, another bad performance. Not just the penalty miss, but just in general. I just don't think he did what he was supposed to do or what he was asked to do. Very bad. I don't know how much you watched of it.
I watched, I think, 20 minutes, and it was as expected. You guys starting, going really hard into the game, pushing it, trying to get that goal. And then kind of Shakhtar started getting into it a little bit. They started watching a good old Mudryk in the stands, watching his old team. And I thought to myself, what the hell is he doing there?
Shevchenko was there, my boy. My boy Shevchenko.
Yeah, I saw Sheva. He was there. And I was like, do you know what? Actually, to be fair, good on him for turning up at Emirates, even though where he kind of turned it down for Chelsea and he hasn't worked out. And so glad they got Trossard instead of you, etc. Good on you not being afraid and actually be going there and supporting your team or supporting a team which I assume he supports that team, being from Ukraine, playing for
country. Well, he came from China, didn't he? Yeah, so
that's where he came from.
Fellow countryman, isn't it? That's what he was there for. Yeah.
That was his old team, so it was all for it. But I am with you on this whole thing about the war in Ukraine and so on and so forth. And I'm a bit split now. I'm kind of like,
stop mentioning it in the football game.
Everywhere else, there's like in the Middle East war going on. Nobody seems to want to talk about that one.
Of course
just
not.
let the football.
Of course not.
Well, of course, exactly.
Where the money coming from, man? Where the money coming from?
Exactly.
Sorry, I don't know who that was, by the way. Some random guy just jumped on the microphone there. Get out of here. Get out of here, random guy.
Follow the rich white guy.
Yeah, get out of here, white guy. I mean, random guy. But yeah, no.
But for me, like, I watched 20 minutes. I got bored after that. Like, after 15 minutes, I was like, this isn't for me. Because even the quality from Shakhtar wasn't that great. It wasn't really a football match. It was just you guys attack, which is why I was like, when I only heard it was 1-0, right? Martinelli
was an own goal.
And he was an own goal because he hit the post and hit the keeper, right? Yeah. But I was like, this isn't a match for me. And I was just waiting for Barca game. But then I realized Barca buying is the next day,
which was yesterday as we record this.
Yesterday, yeah.
Which we will get to, by the way, real quick at the end, because I thought it was a very good game. I watched the full of that. It was really nice. But yeah, sorry.
Sticking on Arsenal, though, would you still play that same 11 in the weekend? Because bearing in mind, who would you have that starting 11? Did those players who played this week, so in the midweek, make enough noise to kind of make Arteta think, do you know what, maybe I need to put one of you in that starting 11? Who was your back four, by the way? I don't even know who your back four was.
So back four was Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and
Saliba played. Okay. So I was going to say, like, who will play instead of Saliba for the weekend against Liverpool?
God. Probably Ben White or something like that.
But isn't Calafiori injured as well? What happened to Calafiori?
So he had a bit of a fall where he sort of like he fell and then his leg slipped outwards, so he kind of stretched it. Do you know what I mean? But I, from what I've heard and read, it doesn't seem to be that bad. There is chance that he will play on the weekend. For me, if he is fit and ready to play, he should definitely be in the starting 11, left back. If Ben White's going to go in the centre, Timber, hopefully Timber will make a return as well, and he can play right back. But again, when I'm saying hopefully, I'm talking about one of the biggest matches of our campaign this season against Liverpool, and I'm talking about maybe and hopefully about players being there.
Yeah,
this is what I was trying to say at the beginning when I was talking about Chelsea about the squad depth. It's just terrifying when I look at my team and I'm like, fuck, we bought all the centre backs, but they're all injured. What happened? What is going on? What is happening to our back line? So I think if Calafiori's fit, he definitely starts for me. Mikel Merino 100% has to be benched against Liverpool. I don't think he's ready for that match. I saw him against Shakhtar and he was knackered against Shakhtar. And
really?
Do you know when a player runs back and they sort of drop their head to run back? If I was the coach,
that's a guy like, I'm exhausted, coach. Take me off.
If I was the coach, for me, that is the sign that player will no longer play in that match. It's like, okay, I'm taking you off because you are knackered.
Has he maybe tried to do aerodynamics where he puts the head down to cut through the wind because he's running so fast?
No, his head
just
dropped,
head down as in I've had enough.
It's like, oh God. And I was watching, I was thinking, please don't do that. You just reminded me of me. Do you know what I mean? Of when I used to play football, it's like I used to do that because I wasn't fit, but you have no excuse.
That's it. This is your life. Reason. This is your job.
If you're not fit, you wouldn't play, but you are playing, so therefore you should be running. But anyway, so I don't think Merino starts. I think you should just put Nwaneri on. He never put him on in the Shakhtar match, which is crazy because he's young. Put him on, let him play. Odegaard isn't playing. Just something. He will create something. If Havertz is in front of him, Havertz will be there. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether he passes it back or shoots himself or whatever it is, Havertz will be there. But he just needs that one person, like an Odegaard, to make that pass into the run that he's making.
Yeah.
So apart from that, Trossard doesn't start. Trossard definitely has to be benched. But again, I say that is all dependent on who starts. Sterling on the right, not going to happen. Saka's going to be back. Havertz, how many games does this guy have to play? How many games does he have to play in the season?
We don't really have anyone else, though, do you? Because you could go back to what you said earlier. Exactly.
Go back to my point. Go see point above. Yeah. Go see point above. And that's
it is crazy when you think of it like that, especially a team that you just finished second last year. Yeah. And they're trying to push on that little bit further. And you're probably one injury away. Fair enough, you don't kind of plan for red card, but really you should.
He took Ben White off last night.
Night
Night before, sorry. He took him off because he was on a yellow by the first half, and then he took him off in the second half because he was like, "Well, I'm not risking it."
Yeah.
Because anything can happen, and he's seen it. And the thing is now, hopefully, it doesn't become a traumatic point for Arteta, because if he sees a yellow card and he reacts and takes a player off prematurely,
it's going to have a massive effect on him that way. Then because you can
see
still
what I'm
have a
saying?
player on yellow card, like which we're going to talk a little bit more. It's Kimmich for Barca. And versus Barca, he got that yellow card. He was still playing the majority of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm interested. It'll be interesting to see where you are with the squad that you will have against Liverpool, and where Liverpool are against a top opposition and attacking opposition like Arsenal, who can unlock doors. But you are missing the key man to orchestrate it all together in Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you say that, and then immediately what pops into my head is when you think of a Man City team winning, you think of a Liverpool team winning. It was a team win.
Yeah.
Yes, Salah scored the most goals, but without the assists that he was getting from his teammates and the runs and the spaces that they were creating, he wouldn't have had those goals. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And they wouldn't have won. So, that what you said there, the missing the main man, for me, that doesn't fly anymore. I'm afraid. Football is now fully become a team game, a fully sort of strategic, tactical team game. Not like before, like a Messi and Ronaldo, where they could take a game by the scruff of the neck, do it all themselves. Now it has become more and more about sort of rigidity of the lineup and the
chess.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry, but to lose a league or to not even compete for a league because one player is missing, when you have all the chances in the world to have a replacement and or a backup.
This is the thing, though. You guys should have bought a Martin Odegaard-like replacement 2 years ago to kind of mold him into a Martin
100%,
Odegaard.
I agree with you, yeah. And Ranieri is there for that reason, but if you're not going to put him on against a Shakhtar, even for 20 minutes or 25 minutes at the end or something, just, it doesn't fill me with confidence.
But even in this new league, though, you just need to win 6 games. You win 6 games, you make it into the knockout. And now, I think, is it out of 12 or out of 10? Play him against Shakhtar. Game started from Shakhtar. Say to him, "This is what I want you to do, kid." Give him the confidence. By the time he gets
to the bigger teams,
yeah, absolutely.
Agree.
You're at home against Shakhtar. You're telling that if he's gave that team talk to be offensive, aggressive, on the front foot from first minute, tell this guy to play. It's not like he's going to cause you any harm defensively when you've got your normal back four at the back.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I totally agree with you, and it is something that
needs to get his head round and start speaking to the cronkies.
Both of them need to get their head round the fact that in January they need to make signings and not centre backs and right backs. They need to make actual signings, like get a nice forward coming in, get a winger, a backup winger, or backup for Odegaard. Someone who's
really
a little bit more.
I'm surprised you didn't go for Ivan Toney. I'm surprised my team didn't go for Ivan Toney and they were trying to get Osimhen or whoever.
For the price that they were asking for?
But now you think to yourself, could he have been there? Could do the job? What was the price they were asking for? 50, 60 mil?
No, they're asking for 100 million for Toney if he was staying in the Premier League.
How much did it cost to go to Saudi?
Yeah, but Saudi's different. I'm saying for the Premier League,
Brentford were they wanted 100 mil for Ivan
100 million. Yeah, that's what they valued him at. That's the whole point. We had this conversation on the pod in season 2.
Fuck that. No,
exactly.
That's what I think. I thought whatever he went to Saudi for, that's what they were like. Oh, we'll give you 40 million, 50 mil for Ivan Toney. And he goes
in the Premier League. Yeah, in the Premier League, they wanted so much more. Again, this was on the back of Arsenal buying Declan Rice. They were like, well, Ivan Toney's worth 100 million. What? No, he isn't. No. And Osimhen, clearly...
Well, instead of Ivan Toney, what about... There's plenty of strikers, man. We just took on the Ivan Toneys. The guy who's the Swedish or the Finnish guy who scored for Sporting and so on and so forth to try and get it. I know he's a Scandi and everybody tries to find the next Haaland, but there's enough strikers out there for you to try and have a replacement. So Havertz is not playing every single game.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to keep Jesus in.
Morata's free.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. He played all right, actually, against... who did Milan play against? Club Bruges, I think it was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they won 3-1 or some shit. But, so it's becoming an issue. And with every match and every performance now in this season, my confidence is really, really waning. I started off the season very, very confident. And as in, I've never said that before out loud, but we're going to win. And I still maintain it right now. However, if there's the next 3 performances or by Christmas, if this shit hasn't improved, I'm out of words. There's literally nothing more I can say about it because I can't keep making it. No, I'm sick of hearing Arsenal fans and Arsenal podcasts making excuses. Oh, but this and but that and but this. Just play the fucking game. Yeah. Put the best players out there. Go buy the fucking best players. If you want to win in the best league in the world, go buy the best fucking players.
Buy the best. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. I don't even know why we're talking about this. Well, we haven't found the right player. What? Go out there.
If you get beat by Liverpool, you're going to be 6 points behind City at this time of the year, and 7 points behind Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah. And no doubt if Chelsea win that weekend, you overtake us as well, right?
Let me have a quick look. I
think so.
Yes, because obviously you would lose on the goal difference, and if we were to win, we'd go, because right now we're both on 7 on goal difference. Mm-hmm. But we would overtake you as well if we lose.
Yeah.
Us, Aston Villa, West Brom, not West Brom. What's he saying?
Wow.
Brighton. I just didn't even see it. I just saw the blue and I thought it was West Brom. But Brighton would overtake you. Tottenham wouldn't overtake you, which is good to know for you.
Oh, that's always good shit. Tottenham would never overtake us.
Listen, there's even thinking that, like, it's, what is it, game week 6, game week? No, what am I saying? Game week 9?
9, yeah.
9 now?
9 now, yeah.
Being 7 points this early, it's a bit still too early. This is
it is
marathon. I know it's a marathon, not a sprint, but sometimes when you're so far behind, you can't really catch the big boy. So you really cannot afford to lose this weekend's game.
Yeah, I know. It's I'm just not looking forward to that at all. So let's see what happens. And with players missing, it's just going to get more. It's going to be difficult, no doubt about that. Unless Liverpool have like one of the worst games ever, and Van Dijk like decides to score an own goal or some shit. But
which I doubt it.
I doubt, obviously. And so we'll just have to wait and see over the weekend. But are we doing some predictions tonight?
We are going to do some predictions.
Okay. Real quick on Barca Bayern, by the way. It was such a surprise match when I flicked on, because I totally forgot that they were playing. I flicked on Barca Bayern. I was like, oh yeah, of course I want to watch this. So I started watching it. I was like, is it going to be a boring match? That it wasn't. It was not boring
at all, was it? It was not boring at all. I really enjoyed it. I caught it at 1-0 because obviously Rafinha scored quite early. Like you, I was flicking on. I was like, let me watch Bayern, because the previous night when I was watching Arsenal, I was like, I'll just look for Barca Bayern. And it was a decent game. 1-0, Bayern controlling the game, controlling the possession, trying to look for Harry Kane, Gnabry, etc., Elise. And then they made it 1-1. He was offside. 1-1 again, counted. And then that pass to Rafinha, by the way, that 60-yard, 50-yard crossfield pass as well for Rafinha to touch it. Incredible game. And then he scored. Lamel was incredible. I hate the little prick.
See that pass that he made?
The pass that he made, the bit where he put it through Gnabry's legs, he had players around him. Pedri was the same as well on the middle of the park, controlling the play.
Pedri was
just
really
incredible.
Good.
He was very good, mate. Very good. And it pisses me off because I hate Barca.
Of course you do. But then your team came back.
But you know what? But now I'm hating my other team as well. I'm hating Real Madrid. I'm starting to dislike Vinicius Junior for the way he goes down and starts arguing. Like, listen, bro, I know you are good. But be a bit of humble in victory as well, like have something about you rather than to rub it on the person's
face. Those players don't last.
I can't stand players like that. And also, what I'm also starting to dislike about Real Madrid, they're getting all of the shitty decisions towards them. Rudiger's goal, if you watch it back from the linesman angle, the defender is being held by Vasquez. And you're like, that's a free kick, because if the defender doesn't hold him, then he can go and header that ball. You would not allow Rudiger to have a free header. But if it was the other way around, it would have been a free kick for Real Madrid. And that's what I'm starting to dislike about Real Madrid as well. There's none of that fair competitiveness. I feel like they're being favoured. Again, not staying away from conspiracies like we did on the previous episode, but I'm just starting to dislike.
You can't help
Juniors, I just dislike Vinicius at the minute. Yes, he's quality. Yes, he's good. But there's something about his character when he's going past players, he's becoming a bit too much. And then ones where players may tackle him a little bit roughly and a bit hard. But, it's not the player's fault. The kid is too quick.
Yeah.
You aim for the ball.
Stop him. You catch his ankle somehow.
And there's nothing much you can do there. That's the only downside for me that I'm starting to find with the Spanish teams. Both of those two giants, Real and Barca. But they're playing each other this weekend, aren't they? El Clasico is on this weekend.
El Clasico is on this weekend, and obviously we don't really cover La Liga or anything like that. But
it's them too.
It's obviously a match that if we come around to talk about on Sunday's podcast, then brilliant, we'll talk about it. But obviously you want Real to win, I want Barca to win. So there you go. That's all people need to know.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. But no, overall, Barca Bayern, very good game. Really enjoyed it.
Even
though it was 4-1, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a real I was very happy to see Bayern get beat like that, and I was happy as hell to see Muller's face on the bench. Like Kevin Hart's ass face. That's what Muller's face was like. I can't believe I'm gonna have to watch this. He had the tongue going and everything. Do you know what I mean? It was one of
Do you
those.
think it's too big for him to go from Burnley to Bayern?
I can't believe he went from Burnley to Bayern, to be honest with you. But there you go.
It was a shock, wasn't it? That is a footy shock.
It's a surprise to everyone, to be honest. So yeah, for me, I don't think that's a good move from Bayern. In all fairness,
I get it. If Burnley stayed in the Premiership and they did something like unbelievable, a top half finish, you look at him and you said, you know what you did there was fantastic.
Yeah,
here's a big job. But no. Bayern weren't even struggling. It's not like a Chelsea. He came to a Chelsea where we were desperate for a school of Pep kind of manager. Nah, it's insane. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, no, I've got nothing, mate. I've got nothing else to say on that.
Brilliant. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll jump into some predictions real quick, and we'll just rattle through these. We'll start off on Friday. We've got Leicester, Nottingham Forest. Rick, hit me with it.
Leicester 2-1.
Leicester 2-1. Wow, you are mad. You are mad. I'm going to go...
Leicester will beat Nottingham Forest.
I'm going to go 2-0 Forest. So 0-2.
You're going to go the other way?
Yeah, 0-2, bro.
I think Leicester might win. I think Nottingham Forest will probably start seeing some defeats.
Oh, God, don't say that. I want them to stay. Next, we've got Villa Bournemouth at Villa.
Easy for me. Villa win.
Villa win.
There's no lunchtime kickoff, is there? That's at 3 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah. We've got a game. So the first game is on Friday. So tomorrow.
Yes.
So I think that's why they've done that. Villa Bournemouth. You're saying Villa win. What score are we going for?
3-1.
3-1 Villa. You are mad. You are mad, sir. I'm actually going to go 2-0. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Villa. I don't think.
Oh, I thought you were going to go 2-0 Bournemouth. I was like, you are mad.
No. Brentford Ipswich.
Brentford 2-0.
2-0 Brentford. I'm actually going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Oh.
And you're going 2-0 Brentford. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then we've got Brighton Wolves at Brighton.
This is, I'm going to think it's a draw. This is probably a 2-2 draw for me.
2-2. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Wolves might want to do something after the injustice that they experienced against Man City, last minute winner from John Stones. They'll try and put a performance together. Maybe fight a bit for Gary O'Neill and his job, because if he starts losing more games, next 2 games, I think it's going to go. This is where he's already been sacked.
No, you're not going to like my score prediction. I've gone 3-2 Brighton, and literally I was about to say I think this may be Gary O'Neill's last game. So. I hope, even though I like him, I do like him.
Yeah, I was going to say I like him as well. He's decent, but yes, for now I think 2-2 for me. 2-2.
And then we've got Man City, Southampton at City.
This is triple captain Haaland on FPL.
11-0. Yeah, it's going to be 11-0.
Yeah, make sure. I think it's going to be like a 5-1 this one. I feel like they're going to absolutely smash it.
I'm going to go 8-3.
8-3. Fuck off. Are you taking the piss? Are you serious? 8-3?
I'm sticking with 8-3. Fuck it. I'm sticking with it. I've typed it down now. What are you going with?
How about with 5-1? Even then, I'm thinking like can't see Southampton scoring 1. 8-3. I'm not even mad, but I'm not even surprised at the 8. I'm more surprised at the 3.
Yeah, I know. But I have to play devil's advocate.
Game for the weekend, yeah.
No, actually no. It'll just be Man City scoring 8 goals and then they're just going to sleep for a little bit. Yeah. Everton, Fulham at Everton.
This is tough.
This is a tough one, to be fair. This has got potential to be the game of the weekend because both teams can have that potential. But tell me, what are you thinking?
This is tough. I think I'm going to go for an Everton win, but this is more because of the heart. I think I just like Everton being the underdogs in Liverpool, and how I'm not the biggest fan of Liverpool, so I like to see an Everton win. Well, I think they'll probably win it. I'm going to go with...
Not who you like. It's an educated guess.
Educated guess would be 1-1. Who do I want it to win? I want Everton to win 3-2. But yeah, put me down for a 1-1.
I'll put you down for a 1-1. So educated guess, I'll be honest with you, right? I could see a cheeky little 1-0 to Fulham.
Yeah, me too.
On that one.
Me too.
I can see that. I really can. Chelsea Newcastle. So okay, I'll go first on this one. Chelsea Newcastle. I'm gonna go with a Chelsea win by a narrow margin, but I think you probably have a little bit more than Newcastle. And I'll be honest with you, this could even be Eddie Howe's last season with Newcastle, and this could be a match where it's like, you know what, mate, time for you to leave. Again, I said that about two managers.
I know.
And there's another two coming up as well, by the way.
There is next one, El Saco. We've got El Saco next.
El Saco is
I think we'll beat these guys 4-1. I think we'll really try to make a statement. I think Kareska's going to go. I think we'll have too much for Newcastle. I think Newcastle are going to be open to try and prove a point, leaving too much space, and we're just going to hit them with pace with Jackson, Sancho if he plays, Madueke who's been on some form, Cole Palmer if he's not man-marked. And if he is man-marked, I like to think the coach and staff have done enough to free him or to free the space around him so that extra plays, which is what I discussed on the previous episode. But yeah, for me, I've gone 4-1 Chelsea.
I've gone 4-3, by the way, for Chelsea.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's a possibly...
Yeah. Again, another potential for match of the weekend, by the way.
We make so many mistakes, though, mate. We make too many mistakes.
Please. That's why I went 8-3. What do you think that's actually going to happen? But there you go. Do you think they're going to score 3?
Palace Spurs.
Palace Spurs. Oh, God. I just fucking hate those guys. But an educated guess would probably tell me that they're going to win.
Yeah, same.
Oh, God. I hate to say it. I'm going to say like a 3-1, to be honest, because they can do that. They can actually do that to a team. So
I've got a feeling they'll get beat.
Go on.
Because these guys always seem to win one.
What score is it?
Why are you sprinkling holy water, bro?
Bro, you gotta be done.
Stop that. Cut it off. I think they'll probably get beat 2-1 or 3-1, to be honest with you. But simply because Spurs have got that tendency to be Spursy. They'll win one week, look good, and then they go somewhere away from home and just be awful. They'll probably even win 1-0 up to the second half, and then all of a sudden concede 3 goals. So I think, no, maybe not 3. 3 is unrealistic, but go with 2-1 Palace. 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace, fair enough. West Ham, Man United, El Sacico. What are we saying?
I think Man United are going to get beat, considering they're travelling from Turkey tonight.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow, the players, Ten Hag. I don't even know what tonight finish off.
I will tell you right now. Give me 1 second. It finished. So Tottenham actually won today, by the way, 1-0. Fenerbahce, Man United 1-1.
1-1. So yeah, it's a draw. But I'm thinking more West Ham need to perform, need to have a reaction, especially losing to Spurs 4-1 or 5-1, whatever they lost to Spurs the previous week in front of their own fans. So I've got a feeling West Ham will win this 2-1.
2-1 West Ham. Wow, that's brave. That's brave. Well, that's my column. Hold on 2 seconds. Let's not get that mistaken. West Ham, Man United. Unfortunately, I'm going to go for a West Ham loss, and this will be Lopetegui. Bye-bye. Oh.
There's a very high chance, but
I think it may even be an embarrassing one, like a 3-0 or something like that.
Really?
I don't know. There's something about it, and yeah, I hope not. Obviously, standard, but yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0 Man United. Damn. And Arsenal Liverpool, my friend.
This one, my friend. I've got a feeling you'll beat them.
Otong Shazemran. I was waiting for that. I was genuinely waiting for that. I had that lined up and everything. So
if he says it, I genuinely think you will beat them.
Wow.
I think you will have too much for them. I didn't think they were that good against Chelsea.
For them.
I know, honestly, I think you're going to be too fast. Chelsea struggled to move the ball up front, and then the players had time to because if you watched the game against Chelsea, the 4 defenders were effectively on the white line. Nobody was they just stayed very narrow near the white line. And that was because we couldn't move the ball quick enough or get extra players overlapping wingers, which is what, I touched on the previous episode. And I think you guys will do that. I think Arteta is smart enough to know if Martinelli is occupying with Trent, let's get somebody else on that side to pull Trent or to pull Konata away, leaving the space for the Havertz, Declan Rice, whoever. And you need to kind of have runners from midfield.
I'll be honest.
Jones was fantastic, but I don't think he'll be that good against you guys. I don't think he can man-mark anybody, because that's the main thing we're talking about, man-marking and running from deep. Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch on this game will go back to being 38 for this game. Wow. I genuinely feel it. The biggest threat is the top 3, Salah, Luis and Nuno maybe, or Jota.
I'm scared of Jota.
He scores goals for us.
Jota is... So because the tradition will carry on, I feel Liverpool will definitely score at least one, and it will be Jota. So that's a given, by the way. So any prediction that we give Arsenal Liverpool, it's always a handicap for Arsenal, because Liverpool have always got Jota to score one, or Firmino, but they used to.
But he's gone now, so just Jota, right?
Just Jota, yeah. So okay, so what are you saying then? Score.
I'm thinking you're going to beat them 3-1. Believe it or not. I think you're going to absolutely put a statement out there, and I think when the chips are down, Arsenal can be like, no, don't worry, we've got this. And in a way, I'd rather you win than Liverpool win.
Standard.
But then again, I'd rather you lose every game. And then this one is a bit of a catch-22 because I need you to beat Liverpool, but I don't need you to win.
Yeah.
I need you to lose and Liverpool to lose. So I don't know how that can happen. But now,
so
jokes
I've gone with
aside,
a draw. So I've gone with a draw.
Nah, it's 3-1. You're winning this game, bro. You're winning this one. And leave my heart alone. Don't be eating.
No, it's not really my heart yet. See, it's weird when you translate it to English, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It doesn't have the right ring to it, does it?
There's a few meme pages that do that, actually. It's like, oh, how do I explain to my English friend? You've seen that shit, right? It's like, Mahocha Petlan. It's like, you took my pancake away. It's like, what? I was crazy, bro. I was laughing my head off, honestly. It was
my missus sent it to me on Instagram, and I was like, what's this? And I started listening to it, and I was like, wow. Or read, whichever word it was. I can't remember.
It doesn't sound right, does it? When you say it in English, it doesn't have the same meaning.
Yeah, so you're going for a draw then. What's the score? Did you say 2-2?
I'm going to say 2-2, and obviously Jota being one of those, and most likely Salah being the other guy. So yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting game, and we look forward to it. But maybe we should on Sundays after the match week, maybe we should talk about the actual predictions and how wrong we were.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. We're going to do that from now on, okay? Because every time we come off the pod, I'm like, oh shit, we forgot to talk about the predictions.
Yes,
but they're here, so people can listen to it. You can, at your own leisure. And lastly, as well, by the way, real quick, F1 on this weekend in Mexico. What we say in terms of your top three. That's all I need to know. Not qualifying, just top three winners.
Top three winners: Norris, Piastri, Leclerc.
You naughty bastard! You snuck them two McLarens in there, bro.
Three. I had to. One McLaren, 1-2.
So I'm gonna go with Max, Leclerc, and Checo. Being on home ground.
Checo will probably do something being on home ground. You're right.
I think so.
I think his something's probably going to be fourth.
By the way, I had to change that because in my mind, first thing that popped up was Checo winning. So just saying.
Yeah, the moment you said Mexico as well, I was like Checo victory. I was like, nah, that's not happening. Let me go with my team. Let me go full McLaren into that.
Just putting that out there. But yeah, obviously we'll, Rick. By the way, if you don't have anything else to add to this lovely podcast,
nothing. Excellent. This lovely podcast has been lovely.
It's been lovely. It's been delicious. And we will be back with more content, more information, and more predictions and whatnot.
All that other good stuff.
And whatnots, right? So from now on, we'll call them the whatnots. But thank you so much for being here. We will catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert. Rick.
Good night from me.
Love it.